Y'all want to talk about Cobra Kai?
You want to do Cobra Kai or do the movies last?
Yeah, we do movies last.
Let's
talk
about Cobra Kai. All right. Cobra Kai finally wrapped up. Was it 5 episodes? 5 or 6?
It was 5.
5? Yeah, I'm gonna say I can remember. I binged it the day it came out.
Same.
I was at work, so I was like, perfect. I thought it wrapped up nicely.
Yeah, it was a nice redemption for Johnny.
Yeah,
It was a nice redemption for Johnny.
I was kind of happy about that. I think even Kreese having that moment with him in the parking lot where he's like, it all happened right here and I'm sorry. He was like, that was my biggest regret. And I was like, all right. I was like, I like even the way he went out on the boat. It looked terrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
The CGI
sure
looked
did.
absolutely awful. But I was like, it was so badass the way he went out. I was like, I don't even care. So
he had to go anyway because I was getting sick of him. Kreese.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, just die.
Yeah.
Please.
But you know what? I actually love the way they wrapped up the tournament with because we all wanted Miguel in that final fight.
I didn't.
You didn't.
I wanted Robbie.
No, I hate Robbie's.
Well, I felt like Robbie needed it more than Miguel because Miguel already won the Valley.
They gave Robbie what he needed in the end.
Yeah, true.
So I was like, Robbie still, in the end, he made out. You know,
he did. Yeah, Tori,
you ever watch All American?
No.
Okay, so there's this terrible actor on All American. Her name is Coop, where she makes the same face in every scene. Tori has become that person.
Oh,
she makes the same melancholy, sulky face in every single scene. And I've seen a preview of her in the new movie, and I'm like, she's still making the same face. But the way she went out was dope. And you know that girl that she fought is like a real
martial artist.
Yeah, she's a real beast. Like,
Zara Malik. That was her name on the show.
Yeah.
But Darren told me that she was an actual martial artist.
Yeah, like she's like a 15-time world champion or something like that. I was like, dang. I was like, oh, she really the truth.
Yeah. So overall, when the show first came out, I didn't even watch it because I think it was on YouTube TV or something. So I was like, well, I ain't paying for that.
Yep.
Then when they moved it to Netflix, that first season just got me easily because it was all the nostalgia kicked in.
Right.
The first 2 seasons was dope, and then season 3 comes along. It started getting a little ridiculous. Everyone was fighting everywhere in the house. I'm like, guys, come on, let's keep it to the mat. You
know what I said to Jazz? What is funny about the show is I was like, all the kids doing karate became like the cool kids in the school.
Yeah.
I was like, in real high school, you'd be like, those are the lamest kids.
Absolutely.
Like, they're so lame. They're out here wearing their gis to school. Like how nerdy are you? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, but I think to me, the ending brought back all the nostalgia from watching the movies as a kid. Like,
absolutely.
Like, I really enjoyed them bringing, like, Johnny taking over Cobra Kai and Cobra coming out in the Cobra Kai gear. I was like,
and every villain Daniel fought got a redemption.
Yeah,
because like I like how I saw a picture online where in the 1984 version, obviously the first one, where when Johnny gives him the trophy, and then they showed Daniel giving Johnny a trophy 40 years later.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And then Chosen, way to redeem himself. Just he was like he carried like 2 of the seasons.
Yeah,
and even Mike Barnes, he was just a furniture guy.
I'll say the ending of the first half of this last season, the very end where dude dies, I was like, okay, this is ridiculous in this show. But then the next one, I was like, okay, this is better.
Right.
But he died, and the rest of the season they just act like it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, yo, a kid just died. They're like,
yeah,
all right, move on.
And I wish Louis Tan was on for another season. That was the guy that ran the Iron Dragons.
Yeah.
I think he was a lot better here than he was in Mortal Kombat.
That's not saying much.
Because he was that terrible character. That
it was terrible.
Knew. Yeah.
And I know he's a martial artist too. And
they're making it too for that Mortal Kombat. So
yeah, they just wrapped up.
I watched it. I mean, it's still better than Annihilation. So
the first movie wasn't.
I thought the first movie was decent. I thought it was decent.
I just felt
he was a terrible character.
He was not needed for one.
Mm-hmm.
And they should have just told us ahead of time that it wasn't the tournament.
Right.
That's what pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah,
Is how do you have Mortal Kombat and not have the tournament? Yeah. If they told you beforehand, this is not the tournament. The tournament's coming in the second.
Right.
Kano carried the first movie.
He absolutely did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
He was so hilarious.
Yeah.
But I overall for Cobra Kai though, I enjoyed the series overall though.
I did too. Seeing LaRusso in the Cobra Kai gear for some reason was so dope to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but when he came out, I was like, that's so dope.
That just feels wrong to me.
You know,
but you got to see how it happened. Like,
right.
This was such a great build up to to where it all made sense in the end. Like you're like nothing. They didn't leave it too much open. They were like, you know what I mean? Like the way everything happened with Johnny, you know, him and Johnny like butting heads and realizing they need each other.
Yeah.
And then it coming down to this and LaRusso, you know, little LaRusso, like, I don't really want to fight. First of all, how you gonna talk Tori into fighting and be like, you can't quit, and then you quit?
Yeah. I couldn't stand the kids, the LaRusso kids.
No, I couldn't either.
The son was the worst.
Oh, the son was other than Dimitri, he was absolutely.
Oh, Dimitri's the GOAT.
Dimitri's the
GOAT.
Worst.
He should have won.
Character.
Should have won the whole thing.
The last 5 episodes were so good because it was minimum Dimitri. It was minimum Dimitri.
I know you was mad when he bumped into Hawk and they fell off the.
Oh, he pissed me off because he didn't do nothing the entire tournament. And I was like, you took the tournament from the one dude because you cheated him and put laxatives in his stuff.
No, that was Devin.
What's her name?
Devin.
Cheating, but you know what I mean? But then I was like, you got it by, you know, luck. And then you're terrible the entire tournament. He didn't score a single point. He didn't do anything to help anyone. I'm like, why is he here? Go to MIT and leave them alone.
He's going to Cal. Wait, he's going to Cal Tech or
no? That's Hawk is going there.
He's going there too.
I thought Dimitri was still going to MIT, and they said they'll come and visit each other.
No, I thought he left with him. I can't remember now. Shit.
They said that they would come visit each other.
Okay.
During or something like that.
But overall though, like I said, I really enjoyed it though for sure. It was. I'm glad to end it because it needed to end because it was getting a little ridiculous.
It was definitely getting ridiculous. That's what I said when the dude died.
Quan,
I'm like,
his name was Quan. Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you like the dude that in Iron Dragons, the one that Miguel fought?
So he remind me of like Drago for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, like just big and just like unstoppable.
Right.
But when he finally stood up to his coach, I was happy.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, because he was like a little off-putting like the whole time. Like it was a little weird and he looked like he was indestructible.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, and then when he started fighting back, I was like, Miguel don't have a chance.
Right.
I was like, Miguel doesn't have a chance. But it was I kind of liked him. And like,
yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. The old man was getting on my nerves, and I was like, someone please kill him.
Who, Kreese's master?
Yeah. He was getting on my nerves.
That's the one thing too. If you remember the very first Karate Kid when Miyagi said, "There's no bad student, bad teacher."
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, because Kreese had a bad teacher.
Yeah, but he was just psycho. Like,
yeah, he was
you
yeah.
You got the students just beating each other. I'm like,
yeah,
bro, come on.
He was
like,
wild.
So,
and even like Louis Tan, he was a bad teacher. You know, I liked this character,
also,
but he was a bad teacher.
You mentioned the dude that Robbie fought. How is he not? I didn't understand like the rules on how he wasn't didn't have to forfeit after what he did to Robbie.
Yeah, with the dragon screw thing. Yeah,
I was like, if that's an illegal move, and he broke his ankle or whatever, knee or whatever it was. I'm like, you should have to forfeit the match. And
absolutely.
So, but you know, they allowed for a great comeback for Cobra Kai.
Absolutely,
Cobra Kai went out on top. I love the ending of Johnny having his own place again.
Yeah,
and taking the little kid's glasses and was like, get some. What do you say? Get some contacts.
Get some contacts. Yep.
Yeah. And don't ever wear these in here again.
And they brought Stingray back.
Yeah,
I like Stingray.
First of all, Stingray should not be allowed around kids.
I agree.
So,
unless you're in a fight, because he got your back in a fight. Though, if you were,
he was fighting kids and he was an adult.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it wrapped up nicely.
I did too. I was cool with it for sure.
Yeah.
No argument here on that one.
So, It was definitely not like Game of Thrones, which was terrible in the end.
I actually didn't mind the ending like the rest of the people. It wasn't the best ending, but it could have ended better.
What, Game of Thrones?
Absolutely.
That whole last season was awful.
No.
It was terrible.
It wasn't the best, but
all they did, it was like somebody, it was like you gave AI a chance to write the entire final season without it ever actually having to sit down and like watch the show, just kind of knowing about the characters. Like they ruined every single character at the end.
My problem was the 2-year buildup because remember that we waited a whole extra year.
Yeah,
and then we never got to see Jon fight the Night King.
You never got to see that. You ruined Daenerys.
Yeah,
I didn't mind Arya killing the Night King, but it was just like anticlimactic as hell.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, this dude is the big bad. Oh, he's dead, and it's like, cool.
I think if the thing was for that was, I think if Cersei had a better death, I think that would have softened a big blow.
Cersei shouldn't have died.
Oh, she had to go.
No,
her death was terrible. If she would have got burned by the dragon,
the final season was awful.
I seen worse.
Terrible. I haven't.
How I Met Your Mother was worse.
Never watched that show.
Yeah, exactly. You want to talk about a bad last season?
No.
I'd rather watch Game of Thrones than that.
Yeah.
But
have you rewatched Game of Thrones since?
No.
Game of Thrones was like the talk of the world, and like now nobody has rewatched it because that's how bad the last season.
I just watched Battle of the Bastards because that's the best. That's the best episode of the whole series. Because it was a great fight, and your favorite character gets the best
once
death.
You killed off Ramsay, the show went.
Nah, it's all about we got Brandon Broken.
Brandon. Oh my God! Don't you know what? Broken. I try to pretend that didn't happen.
Well, it brought it back.
No, just
Brandon Broken.
That last season was so bad. He had a whole conversation about he cannot be king because he has no earthly attachment or whatever the crap was, and then in the end he's like, okay, cool. And it's like. Right. Bro, you just said you can't do this.
Right.
That last season was terrible. But Cobra Kai was not. So
yeah, it was nice. Malik hasn't talked because Malik has not watched Cobra Kai. He has no interest in not watching, which I don't understand. But
that is surprising that I have no interest in watching it with my love of martial arts.
And you watched The Karate Kid, right?
Of course I did.
Why don't you want to watch Cobra Kai?
It just doesn't draw my attention. It's like I've seen stuff for it, and I'm like, it just doesn't seem like something I want to watch.
Now that it's over, too, I know you don't care what other people think, though, but you should just give it a watch. Just at least watch like the first season. It's only 10 episodes.
It's great. It's definitely worth it. But
yeah, I guarantee you won't put it down because you're like, all right, I'm done after this episode, and it ends on a cliffhanger. Like, I've got to wait for it and watch another one.
Yep. So
yeah, probably won't do that, but I'll take your word for it that it's good.
Cringe.
Yeah, great. Exactly.
Anyway, well, that's all I got for Cobra Kai.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Malik should watch it.
Yeah,
it'll probably never happen.
Yeah, well.
Just like Game of Thrones.
Like I get you.
You're just doing yourself a disservice.
I agree. You should at least watch Cobra Kai. It's only 60 episodes. Well, same with Game of Thrones, but you'll follow you'll follow Cobra Kai better than Game of Thrones. For sure, if you did it. Like
I haven't watched any television series straight through. Who knows?
You should watch Breaking Bad. I really think you would like Breaking Bad a
you're
lot.
Missing all the greatest shows
because you like that science and stuff like that. Like I think you really would like Breaking Bad.